everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we will explore another super scary horror film which will, oh my god, blow your mind. We have made a couple of more videos like this around horror movies, so I would definitely ask you to check those out because they are also amazing movies. If you would like, we would leave some links in the description so you can check them out. Let's start with today's movie recommendation. I want to first tell you that this is one of my most loved top 10 horror films. This literally lies in the first few because I personally love this movie so much. It has, shocked me when needed. It has given me the spooks when needed. I mean, it's really a power-packed film. And it's also an Ari Aster film, so you know that you can expect the most amazing cinematic effects as well. Okay, just before we start the video, I would like to let you know that this movie is super scary. It has a lot of jump scares. So if you are someone who is sensitive to horror scenes, scenes where someone's chasing you, or scenes where someone's jumping right on top of you, I would really suggest not to watch this film because it definitely is one of the most scary horror films we've seen in our time. Also, just make sure that viewers' discretion is advised around this movie. So let's get into it, and as usual, let's start with some imagination. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let's begin. Imagine yourself, there's a family of 4, a very, simple nuclear family who live in this house, a beautiful bungalow type house in the middle of nowhere. Around them is just trees and full of greenery. And if they have to travel from the city to their house, it's a long way to get there. But the area is very serene, it's beautiful. And this particular day, you see this family coming back to their house. They walk into the house dressed in all black. You soon realize that they have been to a funeral, and then you realize that this funeral was of their grandmother, the mother of the woman and the grandmother of the kids. But surprisingly, you don't see a lot of remorse or a lot of sadness in most of them. The mother is, kind of okay with her mother dying. Like, she's not sad, she is not, down or anything. The father is, kind of speaking to the funeral house, making sure, the disposal of the body is happening correctly and all of that. The brother is actually a little bit of a druggie. He does a lot of weed and whatnot, and he's a bit like, in his own world. The only person you see is a little more affected by this whole death in the family is the girl. She's the youngest in the family and looks like she was the most attached to the grandmother. This girl is a little bit quirky, in her own way. You can't call her like mentally retarded really, but she is a bit quirky and unusual. If I were to be around her, I would find myself being in a very uneasy position. But the things that make her quirky are things like, not talking as much, or making a sound like a lot. She also starts seeing her grandmother at a great distance every now and then. Unlike a normal person who would probably freak out and let everybody else know, she starts going towards this entity that she starts seeing at a distance, who she mistakes to be her grandmother. An old lady dressed in white. The girl is also quirky in all other ways. Like, there is no definitive way that she reacts, to certain things. For example, she's sitting in her classroom one day and a pigeon flies right to the window, bangs the window and falls down. Everybody else in the classroom, kind of gasp at the situation. But the girl, she walks down to the ground floor, finds the pigeon and breaks its neck and keeps that head with herself in her pocket and takes it back home. Things like that make you, frown a little bit about her. So let's get back to the movie. All that I just said is again the first 5-10 minutes of the movie. The first half of the film is quite unsettling. Like, you are not sure if you're supposed to be scared or you're supposed to be like uncomfortable or what. Like, the whole first half is more or less you figuring out, what's gonna happen, like what's the whole point of this film. The first half goes into kind of figuring out that. The second half of the film, however, is like a classic horror movie. It has a lot of jump scares. It has a lot of, incidents where you just like hop off the edge of your seat. There is 2 particular scenes that I would like to just give you context of. Like, I don't want to spoil it for you. There is a scene where the girl has eaten something which has peanuts and she's allergic to peanuts, and the brother is driving her to the hospital. He's like really at it, he's going at it, and the scene is set. You can actually imagine yourself like driving someone frantically to the hospital and the way it is set. And then there is a super crazy surprise that, again, I don't want to spoil it for you because that scene like actually set the movie for me. I was like, this is the film after that scene. So that was one of my favorite scenes. In the second part of the film, like I said, a lot of unusual things are happening, but this is more or less on the cult side of things. The whole movie revolves around an entity called Paimon, who is supposed to be one of the greatest kings of hell, and his acts are sort of covered in the film. It's a cult movie, and the second part actually shows how each family member is being played, by him. 2 scenes in the second part of the movie that I personally loved was one where the mother is trying to like a Ouija thing and call a spirit down, and at that time you can see that the father and the son are with her and they are frantically screaming and wailing. That scene again set the mood of the second part for me. There's also a scene where the son is actually looking for his father around the house. He's going around the house, he's searching for his father, and suddenly you see the camera is on him, on the son, right? And there's someone right behind him, not standing on the floor, but actually clinging onto the wall, to the roof. To be very honest, that spooks the hell out of me. Anybody in white hanging on the back of my wall, nope, no. And that entity jumps down and then starts chasing him around the house. Again, I hate being chased. That is one of my pet peeves or my phobias. So that scene particularly was very disturbing for me. No amount of, blankets or no amount of screaming is going to save you from all the frantic things that are happening around the house in the second part of the film. The whole movie together is a super power pack of, a good story along with a lot of scary scenes or jump scares. The whole movie is just a power pack. So I would definitely recommend for you to watch this film called Hereditary, which is, again, like I said, on the top of my list. It's one of the best movies I've watched so far. When I made a reel about this on Instagram, actually, a lot of people said, what the hell, like, I did not like it. But a lot more people who said, oh my god, this movie definitely like ruined my night. It was one of the most amazing horror films I've watched. So a lot of people might not get the film, but I have set context for you, so I would definitely ask you to go watch this movie. Let us know in the comments which were your most scary scenes and how do you like it. Do you agree with the 10% who says nah, or you will agree with 90% who absolutely love the work of Ari Aster? So I would love to know your comments. Let me know. Do not shy away. And yeah, if you did like this video, don't forget to like, share and and subscribe to our channel. Also, if you want to get notified every time we upload a video, hit that bell button and you will get notified every time we have such amazing horror film recommendations for you, or also real horror, thriller, mystery stories. If you're interested in all of this, I would love for you to hang around, be part of this community, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you so much for watching.